Hey guys, here's your do now. Pause the video and try it on your own. Number 1, what is entomology? We talked about this a little bit when we were talking about determining the time of death, and it is the study of insects, and we can use that information to give information about the insects at a crime scene. Number 2, how do forensic investigators use insects to determine the time of death? So they're going to look at the life stages of the insects, and that's going to give us some insight on the time of death. Number 3, what is the post-mortem interval? That is the time that has passed since death. Post-mortem after death. Okay, today we're going to talk about forensic entomology. So forensic entomology, our insects can provide detail about the time of death. And they're so useful in crime scenes that there is an entire field dedicated to the study and practice of forensic entomology. So forensic entomologist observes and records the data about the environmental conditions around the body. And then they'll collect insect evidence from on, above, and below the victim's body to gain knowledge and to predict the time of death. Okay, so within minutes of death, certain insects arrive and lay their eggs on the warm body. This includes blowflies are going to be the primary example that we will use in forensic entomology. But as the corpse decomposes, other insects will also arrive, such as our beetles, yellow jackets, coffin flies, etc. So when insects are found on the body, the current stage of the insect's life can give us a clue as the time of death. There are 6 stages for our insects, or I guess for a blowfly in particular. Eggs, instar 1, instar 2, instar 3, pupa, and adult blowfly. So, less than 8 hours after death, our blowfly eggs can be found in moist, warm areas of the corpse. So, if we have eggs that are present, probably the corpse is going to be less than 8 hours. They look like this. They're going to be white eggs. Okay, within 23 hours, those eggs become larvae, which is our instar 1. They look more like worm-like. And then 4 to 5 days later, the insects are in their 3rd larval stage, which is instar 3. And they're larger because they've been eating. Okay, then 6 to 12 days after death, those larvae migrate to a dry place and become early pupa, which will be immobile, and they change from light brown to a darker brown. And then several weeks later, those pupa cases will split open and adult blowflies will emerge. And we can even determine if those blowflies are newly hatched or not, because if they're newly hatched, they'll have crumpled wings like in this picture. Okay, so this is the life cycle again. If we have our time of death expected about the time the blowfly eggs are laid, about 1 to 8 hours. Then we have our first larval stage, second larval stage, third larval stage, and then several weeks we'll have flies. Okay, these are some pictures of stage 1. There's several pictures in this that might be a little graphic, but our stage 1 is where we have those eggs being deposited. Okay, stage 2, we have our larva. Our maggot trails can be produced as those maggots are moving. We have a video that we will watch today. There's an Ed puzzle that goes through this video, and we're not going to watch it on this, but it's the Ed puzzle assignment that you'll work on. Okay, so this is kind of going to summarize our different stages and the timeline that goes along with this. This is how we can use insect information to determine information about a time of death. Okay, so this kind of summarizes all those. So today's assignment is to go to Canvas, and there's a forensic entomology Ed puzzle that you will complete. Bye, guys.